Okay, so you want to work in pharma. You imagine leaving the dispensary, helping launch medicines used around the world, and eventually earning the sort of salary that makes your student loan look slightly less fictional. So you search for an industry pharmacist job. And that is the first mistake. Most of the time, pharmaceutical companies are not recruiting one generic person called an industry pharmacist. They are recruiting somebody to investigate safety cases, prepare a regulatory submission, answer a medical question, run a clinical study, protect product quality, explain evidence, negotiate access, or manage a medicine after launch. Your pharmacy degree gives you a very useful keyring. But first, you need to work out which door you are trying to open. By the end of this video, you will have a map of the main routes into the UK pharmaceutical industry, the skills your degree already proves, the evidence it does not prove, what employers actually assess, what current salary examples look like, and a practical 30-day plan for making your first serious application. The UK pharmaceutical industry directly employs around 73,000 people. Only a fraction have the job title pharmacist. Think of the industry as a medicine moving through 5 rooms. Room 1 is clinical development. This is where teams plan studies, coordinate sites, and test whether a medicine does what the company hopes. Entry titles can include clinical trial assistant or study coordinator. Pharmacy knowledge helps, but some jobs also want research operations or good clinical practice experience. Room 2 is evidence and safety. Medical information teams take a question from a healthcare professional, search clinical evidence, and produce an accurate, balanced answer. Pharmacovigilance teams collect adverse event reports, assess individual cases, look for safety signals, and maintain risk management systems. If you enjoy disappearing into guidelines and papers until a difficult medicines question makes sense, this room should have your attention. Room 3 is regulation and quality. Regulatory affairs turns evidence into the submissions that allow a medicine to be tested, licensed, and kept on the market. Quality teams make sure manufacturing, documents, and systems continue to meet the required standards. Both depend on finding gaps before they stop a product moving forward. Room 4 is medical strategy and access. Medical affairs connects evidence with healthcare professionals and internal teams. Market access and health economics ask a different question. Even if a treatment works, what evidence will persuade a health system to fund it? Some are realistic early targets. Others, including many medical science liaison or senior medical advisor posts, often expect prior industry or therapy area credibility. Room 5 is product, supply, and commercial delivery. Medicines still need manufacturing, supply chains, brand strategy, account management, and sales. Pharmacy graduates can work here too, but they must show evidence with customers, projects, risk, data, or commercial decisions. That is the map. Now we need to place your degree on it. An MPharm gives you 5 strong foundations: medicines knowledge, evidence evaluation, risk communication, regulated practice, and the ability to translate technical information. Those foundations are valuable, but employers do not hire foundations. They hire evidence that you can produce the output their team needs. Saying, "I have excellent communication skills," proves almost nothing. Showing that you interpreted a safety update, explained the consequence, and changed a process proves communication, judgment, and implementation together. Saying, "I am interested in regulatory affairs," is also weak. Showing a one-page comparison of the evidence, labeling, and monitoring required at 3 stages of a medicine's life cycle gives the recruiter something concrete to inspect. This is why capable pharmacists can make dozens of applications and hear that somebody else had more experience. The missing experience is often not another year standing in a pharmacy. It is visible proof that your existing experience can travel. There are 4 sensible ways into the industry. The direct route is an entry-level job such as Medical Information Associate, Drug Safety Associate, Regulatory Associate, Clinical Trial Assistant, Quality Associate, or Junior Medical Writer. The title changes by company, so search by function and output, not only by the word pharmacist. The structured route is a graduate program, internship, placement, apprenticeship, or regulator scheme. Roche advertises UK graduate routes in regulatory affairs and medical information. AbbVie rotates graduates through market access, sales, and marketing. The MHRA also runs a 3-year graduate scheme. These programs are real, but they are cyclical and competitive. A program that recruited last year is not a promise that it will open on your preferred date. The adjacent route enters through a contract research organization, medical communications agency, safety provider, regulatory consultancy, manufacturer, health tech company, or regulator. The experience may later transfer into pharma. The experience bridge route starts in practice but collects transferable proof. A safety project can support pharmacovigilance. An evidence response can support medical information. An audit can support quality. Research or trial delivery can support clinical operations. The point is not to pretend community, hospital, or GP pharmacy is industry. The point is to translate the parts that solve the same problem. Now look at recruitment from the employer's side. AbbVie explicitly asks early career candidates for curiosity, adaptability, teamwork, communication, strategic thinking, problem-solving, and leadership. Those are not words to sprinkle into your personal statement like seasoning. Build a proof bank. For each skill, record the situation, your decision, the output, and what changed. Match that evidence to one role family's essential criteria. Your CV should not read like a list of duties every pharmacy graduate has performed. It should read like a collection of relevant outcomes. And your networking should not be, "Hello, can you help me get into pharma?" Ask one person in your target function what output takes most of their week, what made them credible for their first role, and which title they would search now. That conversation gives you market language. It does not guarantee a referral, and it should not need to. Do not buy random qualifications before you know the role either. The AP examination is important for medical representatives working under the relevant code arrangements. It is not a universal golden ticket into every pharmaceutical job. So what can you actually earn, and how far can this career take you? There is no honest single pharma salary because we have just mapped 5 different labor markets. But current evidence gives us some useful anchors. One recent UK scientific advisor vacancy in medical affairs offered £35,000 to £42,000. Skills England currently displays an occupational median of £44,063 for regulatory affairs specialists. That is a median, not a starting salary. A 2026 regulatory operations team leader role at the Veterinary Medicines Directorate paid £62,000 plus a civil service pension. And a recent quality and regulatory manager vacancy advertised £90,000 to £95,000 plus benefits. These are examples from different functions and employers. They are not 4 automatic steps on one ladder. Private packages may add bonus, pension, car allowance, healthcare, or equity. Keep them separate from base salary. A target bonus is not guaranteed cash, and pension value is not this month's payslip. The ceiling can be high when somebody gains scarce expertise, leads people, or owns regional strategy. But progression is not automatic. You advance by winning broader products, geography, decisions, people, or cross-functional responsibility. That may require changing team, function, or employer. Now, the part career videos usually whisper. Breaking in is difficult because you compete with pharmacists, scientists, and candidates who already have the exact industry keyword on their CV. Your first offer may not beat a pharmacist's salary. Some work is heavily desk-based. Teams cluster around particular locations, field roles travel, and reorganizations happen when projects or strategies change. And if the part of pharmacy you love is direct patient contact, moving further from patients may feel less meaningful, even if the work influences more of them. So use this fit test. Choose evidence and safety if you like difficult questions, detail and balanced scientific writing. Choose regulation and quality if you notice gaps, enjoy systems, and can defend a decision with documentation. Choose clinical development if you like research operations, timelines, and coordinating many moving parts. Choose medical strategy or access if you enjoy explaining evidence, understanding health systems, and working across teams. Choose product, supply, or commercial work if you like decisions, customers, delivery, and measurable outcomes. Then run this 30-day experiment. In week 1, choose 2 role families, collect 20 live or recently closed job descriptions, and highlight repeated outputs, tools, and experience requirements. In week 2, build 1 small proof artifact for each family, a balanced medical information response, a mock safety case summary, a 1-page regulatory pathway, a short evidence brief, or a quality gap assessment. Use public information and label it as a personal exercise, not company work. In week 3, rewrite 6 CV bullets around decisions and outcomes. Then speak to 2 people doing the work and test whether your vocabulary and assumptions are accurate. In week 4, make 5 targeted applications across direct, structured, and adjacent routes. Track the stage at which each application fails, because silence at CV review requires a different repair from failure at interview. At the end of the month, you may not have an industry job, but you will have something far more useful than the sentence, "I want to work in pharma." You will know which room you want, which door is realistic, what evidence the lock requires, and what you need to build next. Your pharmacy degree is not a ticket into the pharmaceutical industry. It is a strong starting toolkit. The person who gets through the door is the one who can show exactly where to use it.